It was not the result that they expected, but the T&T Soca Warriors got a thrashing by the United States in their final Group C encounter in Jacksonville last evening. Playing nothing like their best football, the Soca Warriors completely lost the plot in the second half and paid the ultimate price for it, losing 4-0 and first place in the group, as Nasira Mohammed explains.
Trinidad and Tobago were on the front foot early, and Jovan Jones tested Tim Howard in the 7th minute with a left-footed shot from the distance that the Colorado Rapids goalkeeper easily handled. 17-year-old first-time starter Christian Pulisic was the catalyst for much of the team's success in an impressive home victory for the Americans. Sasha Clystand opened the scoring for the US in the 44th minute when he found himself in perfect position to finish a goal-mouth scramble and poor defending by the Soca Warriors. He poked the ball in from 10 yards out. In the second half though, Kenwin Jones got free in the US area after some nice build-up from the T&T midfield, but his effort from close range went well over an on-rushing Tim Howard's crossbar. The game began to stretch out as the second half progressed, and both teams saw counter-attacking chances go begging. In the 59th minute, Josie Altidore doubled the lead for the hosts, powering a right-footed shot past Marvin Phillip to become the all-time World Cup qualifying goal scorer for the Americans. 3 minutes later, Altidore was on the score sheets again, and he tapped in from a well-placed cross to make it 3-0. And in the 71st minute, substitute debutant Paul Ariola found himself wide open following a rebound from Pulisic to slot it home, making it 4-0 to the USA. Trinidad and Tobago begin play in the Hex against Costa Rica on November 11th at home at the Casey Crawford Stadium. Nasira Mohammed, C Sports.
And in an immediate reaction, Coach Stephen Hart wasn't mincing words as he expressed his disappointment with the team's overall performance, especially in that second half when things fell apart.
So, you know, we were looking okay. I wouldn't say that we were very good, but we weren't getting any shots on net, and then we gave up an unfortunate sort of goal. But again, we gave away that goal, and we just made too many errors tonight. Way too many errors tonight.
Reached a boiling point, not so much by the final score, but more so by the performances of some of his key players, hinting that he may be forced to make changes ahead of the Hex.
I think I have to look very closely at the selection going into the Caribbean Cup, and you know, we have to realize that we have some soul searching to do, and you know, tonight some of the big players would have to answer for it, because our leaders tonight, far too many of them disappeared.
Skipper Cameron Jones also echoed his coach's disappointment in the way the team played in this game, but remains very optimistic going forward. He says it's probably what the team needed in order to get back on track.
Together in the first half, until they scored, I don't think they really had a shot on goal, or they probably had one shot on goal, and then second half we came away from what we were doing first half and totally lose the organisation and shape and whatnot, and you know, from there it just went downhill. Again, it's probably a blessing in disguise for us to you know, stir up the consciousness and get back to what we were doing before.
As he isn't focusing on Costa Rica just yet, as this wound is still fresh in his and his teammates' minds, and they will need some time away to reflect and recharge.
International football, you don't get a lot of time with your team, so the most you can do is try to better yourself, or to make yourself more consistent in the meantime, and then come back and try and put things together in the right way. So for everyone, I think we're going to go away, you know, have a little look at ourselves and see what we need to get better, what we need to make stronger, and come back for the Hex.
Well, after group play, the hexagonal is now set with the top 2 teams from each of the 3 groups advancing to begin play in November. Remember, the top 3 teams will advance to the World Cup out of the Hex, and the 4th place team will get a second chance when they play a home-and-home series with the Asian qualifier for a place in Russia. And the final standings will look something like this, with Group A seeing the unbeaten Mexicans topping the table on 16 points, while second place Honduras just edged out Canada by 1 point following their goalless draw with Mexico. In Group B, it's a similar thing, as Costa Rica also played unbeaten and dropped just 2 points in amassing 16 with 5 wins and a draw. Panama was some distance behind in second on 10 points, but safely through ahead of Haiti and Jamaica. And in Group C, the United States topped the group ahead of Trinidad and Tobago with 13 points after their win over second-place T&T last night, leaving the Soca Warriors in 11 points, just one ahead of Guatemala, who had a big win over St. Vincent 9-3 to climb to 10 points. So it's on to the Hex on November the 11th when T&T hosts Costa Rica, and 4 days later they are on the road to Honduras in Tegucigalpa for a November 15 date before they take a break to resume the action in March.